Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Frugalistablog here, and I'm really happy to film today. I have been in a funk. Sorry, I gotta get my stool going. Here we go. Ooh, look at that Patrick Ta glow. My nose is itching. Just a minute, I need a nose itch break. Okay. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for finding me. Maybe you're here from Sarah, Better Off Red. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're just here because you were like, who is this woman? I hope you subscribe, and I hope you enjoy your stay in my corner of YouTube. All right, so there has been an eyeshadow tag going around, and I want to say it was started by, was it started by Samantha March? Yes. And it's basically like, and one other person, and I cannot remember their name, but I will include their videos in my description box. But it was basically like, here, let's list all of these eyeshadow palettes from like favorite to most hyped or disappointed, or you know, that kind of thing. So I thought that would be fun because I am palette obsessed, like all of us. The tag is that anyone should do this. Tons of folks are doing this on YouTube. So if no one named me, and if no one names you, that's fine. Just do it anyway. The first category is newest palette, and that is a little different. Well, I'm kind of cheating because I probably bought like 4 palettes in at the Sephora sale. But in terms of newest palette that I'm kind of really smitten with, it's the Melt. It's the Melt Impulsive. This guy here. It is so much fun. It was out of stock for a while, and now it's back on Sephora. It is marked down, so it was on their sale section. But yeah, the Melt, I mean, this is my first palette of theirs, and I am definitely willing to buy more. It's just a ton of fun. And then the oldest, oh you guys, remember this? I had to dig this out of my bathroom. I have a drawer in my bathroom that is all palettes from a long time ago that I cannot bear to throw away. And there are some Cargo, Anastasia, Too Faced, Dior. All right, this is the Matte Eye Too Faced palette. It looks barely used, but it was a favorite. It's actually, gosh, it's a good one. Too Faced, remember when they had kind of this boudoir type look to all their packaging? And yeah, and now everything is just so kind of massive and fancy. But here you go. I am probably one of many. The next category is most expensive, and I think everyone is sharing their Natasha Denona palettes, and I fall into that category too. Although I would say with like now Charlotte, I don't have a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow. I don't think I've ever had one. I find that to be interesting. So but do I want some? Yes. Do I always stop myself from paying $75? Yes. Why I bought this? So I think I bought this on a Sephora sale, like in November, you know, back in the day. This is the Star palette, and I purchased this, and it is a pretty penny. It's also very pretty. I think I had like a gift card, and it was the 20% off Sephora, and I just justified it, you know, kind of to treat myself. This is beautiful. It's actually very neutral when you think about it. The shades here are so neutral, and the shimmer, the duochromes and metallics are beautiful as well. I still every now and then will dig into this. I think I used it for Effie Trinket. No, I used this for Effie Trinket at Halloween. So this one is the, I forgot what this one's called, but it's on the Beautylish site. It might be on, but this one I got in my Beautylish Lucky Bag a couple years ago. So this is a more expensive palette, but I didn't buy it. But this is probably my most expensive palette because I want to say it's like $200, $220, which feels like a lot of money. Oh, Viseart. I remember that was like, you spent money on that and you were like, what? Right. But next. Ooh, yeah, most affordable. So I know e.l.f. is getting a lot of attention, but I wanted to, and Wet n Wild, but I wanted to share the JCat Beauty. These are the Extreme Access Pocket Shadow, and these are so cute. I remember when this first came out, and I played with them, and I was like, this is pretty good. So I think they're $6 or $7. This is called, yeah, Walk of Stardom. And it's just a beautiful, you know, it's got like autumn shades, squash, very much your gourds. Yeah, so JCat Beauty, the pocket shadows, phenomenal. The category is Everyday Palette. And this Essential Matte and Shimmer from Jouer is definitely the best everyday palette. I don't know if this is still available. I don't know if it's on their website or on like the Nordstrom website, or if it is gone, because I don't think they're still making this, but it's really, really good. If this is your shade range and you love neutrals and browns and different cools and warms, this is nice. It's just a very easy, beautiful palette, and it, you know, travels well. Okay, so most colorful. This is funny because I'm like, oh, wow. I actually have a lot of colorful palettes, and I thought for sure this was going to be my first choice, is the Juvia's Place, the Magic palette. I have several Juvia's Place palettes years ago, before they were in Ulta or anything like that, when you just had to order it from their website. And obviously this is super colorful and fun, and it's beautiful, and Juvia's Place, I love them. So, I mean, they're gorgeous. And then I realized, wait a minute, I also have this one from BH Cosmetics, the Take Me Back to Brazil. Could it be more colorful? This is like rainbow, and BH Cosmetics has a few like this, so wow. Yeah, I mean, Wet n Wild does, and Morphe and all of them now, but I feel like this was kind of for 5 years ago. It was like, oh my God, so much fun. And it was fun for Halloween and different looks and effects and cosplay. It was fun for like Pride Festival and stuff like that. So it's a good palette. Smallest palette. So the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes are certainly small, but I thought I would kind of flex my, like, look at me. But do y'all remember this sleek palette? I think it was $3, and it was at Target for Christmas. It was like a stocking stuffer, and it's really good. Like, it's tiny. I mean, these are the size of pencil erasers, but it's fun. It's good. I mean, it's a credit card, right? Or a business card, actually. So I was like, I still have this, and yeah. And then my biggest palette, I don't know, this is technically, I think so. I think this is the biggest in a way, but this Saint and Sinner, I mean, cause look at it. This is Kat Von D. I can't remember when I got this. It was definitely a few years ago. I was so excited when this came out. I mean, what could be better than a cathedral like window? People were put off by it. They thought it was like, oh, I feel like it's, you know, to have the words chalice and sanctuary, and like it was a, what's the word I'm looking for? a sacrilege? And I'm like, it's eyeshadow. It just has the word Sacred Heart and Amen or Heaven or Rosary. I don't know. I guess I just, oh, maybe because they're right next to Exorcism and Stigmata. I don't know. I loved the color scheme and everything about it. It just was really cool. And I have clearly not used this very often, but apparently I had to have it. So yeah, my favorite memory of a palette is the Urban Decay Naked. I want to say it was like maybe the Naked Smoky. It was whatever the second or third palette that Urban Decay launched probably 5 years ago. And it was so exciting. And I remember it seemed like that was before makeup launches were several a week. And the first, you know, Naked palette had been out, and it was just like, oh gosh, it was so, you know, so good. And then when the next one was launched, or the third one, it was just like, you know, we had to have it. And so I think I even ordered 2 maybe, but I definitely don't have it in my stash, and I'm pretty sure it's in Emma's room if she's still using it, but she might have even hit pan on it. And the palette that I think is worth its hype is the Toddy Beauty. This is volume 1, and I just think it's really pretty. And I think it's been phenomenal and fun, and I've always enjoyed playing with it and wearing it. And for me, it just has so many colors that make it an everyday palette, but then the textures that are like the glitters and the sequin, those make it, you know, special occasion palette. So I love this. I thought it was worth it. And I know right now you can't get it. And yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how production starts up again. Not worth the hype is the next category. And no, I gotta say, you guys, it's Morphe. I've never been a Morphe like fan. I've enjoyed their products. I bought the Jaclyn Hill palette. I bought both Jaclyn Hill palettes. So I got this one. This one was the very first. This was kind of like her favorites, or her kind of compilation. And then I have the one where it's like her palette and it's white with her name on it. And they're great. And then this one, I remember this one was all the talk, you know, back in the day, the 35-0, and it's all the, look at me, I've barely used it. It is great. Once I found BH Cosmetics, I kind of always went to that because I liked it as much or better. I thought they were even more affordable. I just wasn't pulled into the hype, hence. Favorite palette, favorite brand. Wander Beauty. This Wanderous Escape palette is so pretty. They came out with this just this spring, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It has so many pretty shades. It has so many good neutral shades. Their palette formula, shadow formula, is so good. It's lovely, and I love them. Lindsay just had a baby, so yeah, it's great. I'm a fan, and this one is very nice. Most used, the Jouer. Well, I gotta say, I think it's the Jouer Nude. Yeah, this and probably my like Anastasia Modern Renaissance, but this palette, I think I used this a ton. Yeah. Underrated. Most underrated palette. Let's talk just underrated company, Suva Beauty. They are from Canada. She's she's a makeup artist, but she might have been also an influencer. This is their Neutral Necessity palette. I bought this at IMATS a few years ago, and this is for face and eye. I've used this for a number of my transformations of, you know, Halloween looks and stuff like that, because the black is black, the white is white. You can use this on your cheek, you can use this on your eye. Like, they're so good. That's affordable, it's amazing. They're pigments, they're liner pigments that Norvina is making liner pigments right now, and Suva had them first a long time ago. Like, I mean, you could use it like body paint. It was waterproof, it was incredible, and is incredible. So, Kevin J. Bennett, no. Who's the makeup artist? I follow him on Instagram, and he was talking about bigger brands kind of swiping from the little brands. And he was talking about Suva, and I'm like, yes. So they're great. Small company, I think. I think they're still pretty small. Okay, so Discontinued Palette and limited edition. The Besame Snow White palette. And you guys, it came, I've barely used this, but I will never let this go, because look at it, it's so cute. They made it like the Snow White book. If you're not familiar with Besame Cosmetics, they are a vintage inspired makeup brand. They're out of LA. She's amazing. They do lipsticks. They were on American Horror Story because their lipsticks look like they are from the 50s in terms of packaging. So they've been on, you know, photo shoots and cost sets where you have to have a vintage looking lipstick or powder. And so they had a Snow White collaboration, and I got the palette. I was so excited when this came out. Snow White is my all-time favorite Disney princess from when I was like 4 years old. I would read the Grimm's fairy tale. This is, I think I've used this like 3 times, and I have this weird thing that I get from my mom. When I love something so much, or I'm kind of like something is precious to me, I don't use it as often. And then my mom will do that. I'll treat her to like a really beautiful lipstick, and then she'll never use it. And I guess we're just, because you know, you're just afraid of once it's gone, it's gone. And that's kind of how I felt about this, and now I feel bad because it's old. And anyway, it's beautiful. I love it. Okay, and that's everything in terms of the tag. So I will list everything below. If it's not available, I'm sorry, but yeah. So I hope this was fun. Do it. If you have a channel, do it. I want to know. Or if you don't, just tell me in the comments like your OG palette, because I want to know. And yeah, this was hard. There were so many to choose from, and I've probably forgotten. I bet you there's going to be some that people are going to be like, Rebecca, you used to use this a ton. Why didn't you include it? Oh yeah. Anyway. So, alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was fun, and I will see you next time. Bye.